Here's the SonoBus slide. Again, it has the links and all these things. There's some really good videos out there and a very good user guide if you're interested. And the SonoBus Facebook group is very active. And so I just need to find my SonoBus. So just a sec. Here it is. Okay, so see if I can stretch this to be any bigger. It's pretty simple. Same old story of you download and you install. The download comes in a zip file. You do need to extract. If you're on Windows, you have to extract things and then click the exe to do the install. But all of this is covered on their website. And you get a simple looking window, and it basically just says connect, and then it has all these other things. So you want to come in here. You don't even really have much of a name in SonoBus. Let me show you what some of the settings are. You can connect, and you can at that point say who you are. But before you do any of that, you'll want to set up your audio, and this should begin to look familiar. It's the same kinds of questions. What sound card device are you going to use? And so what device type is it, and which device is it? So I'm choosing the Behringer again. And again, you can configure your input and your output. I have only one thing, my microphone, plugged into my audio interface, so I just have one input channel. If you're using the built-in microphone or something like that, I would end up using one of the Realtek options. And then for output, again, where are you sending that output? I'm just sending it to my headphones. The sample rate, I always go for 48K. It's the fastest. It's what Jamulus requires, and SonoBus works best with that. And that's it. I can again go to the control panel. Looks familiar. It's what you've seen every time I've hit the ASIO. I want that to be high. And then I can go to options. And some of these are important, but they are a little advanced. So again, we have the send quality. And here you have a lot more choices. One of the things I like about SonoBus is it's very rich in the options that it offers, but I don't have to play with them if I don't want to. It will be pretty well configured without my changing things. I opted to change this send quality to be PCM 16, which is the uncompressed format, so that I'm getting the full sound quality. If I wasn't going to do that, if I was having too much latency because of that, I would probably choose 96 as a good size for sending the information. The Jitterbuffer, you saw some of that in other applications. Well, here it is again, and this time you get to set some initial settings that you didn't have in other applications. In Jamulus, we had auto, and we had a scale that we could set something to. We have something similar here. We could do auto and just let this take care of it for us, or we could do manual and we can change the amounts ourselves. Initial auto is kind of special. It sets the Jitterbuffer low, which is ideal for sound quality, and then the Jitterbuffer tends to change as you keep playing, and it creeps up, and you can then reset it very quickly with something I'll show you when we get connected. I am not going to cover any of these other things. They are there for you to play with if you need to. Recording, I have not done a recording from here, but it's very simple. And so that is how you would set up your audio, and then you want to connect. So you click connect, and you can say what is the name of the group you want to connect to. And so I can say, oh, I want to connect to the ACMP group, and I'll keep my name as this. And if I wanted to, I could password protect it. So only people who have the information that the name of the group is ACMP and the password is Viola, that they would need to know those things in order to enter my session. I'm just going to use a group name of ACMP. Now you all know it. If you had SonoBus installed, you could come and connect to ACMP along with me. I have another computer in the house that I have set up a username Snoopy, and they are connected to the ACMP room. So there are two of us in here. I just like in other applications, I can mute that person. I can solo that person, so only Snoopy and I are working together. I can also see, and I'm sorry that the print is so small. Let me see if it will let me make this any bigger. Don't think it will, but it basically, oh, look, somebody joined. I'm just going to mute because I'm getting some feedback from that. Okay, so you can see what their send quality is, and you noticed that I had set it to 96, and I had previously configured this to say when I change the send quality, change it for everybody. Instead of everybody having to do it themselves, I can control that myself. I also have a Jitterbuffer where I can click on it and it opens another little window that shows me the Jitterbuffer and the initial audio setting, or I can change that there for this person, not for me. And I can also just hit this left arrow and that little vertical bar moved to the left as it reset the Jitterbuffer, and then as time goes by it will creep up, and every now and then I can click that arrow if I really want to watch that. And there's a whole bunch of other things that you can set for both your send quality and your receive quality. I don't usually have to play with them. I don't need to open that up in order to hit that left arrow. I could just hit that right there. And I can see latency. If I click on that, it opens up a little statistic, a metric of what the latency was, and it shows me the ping is 3 and outgoing and incoming latency. And here's the control for pan in the left and right ear. Now that's for Snoopy. If I wanted to do some modifications for myself, I have this up here. I'm going to move this out of the way. Oops. Sorry, there we go. So monitor, in general, I don't really want to hear myself very loudly, and depending on the kind of microphone I'm using, I wouldn't even really want this on. But for my setup, I needed to have some volume in monitor. I can also mute myself. I can solo myself. I can hover over all of these things and get explanations of what they are. SonoBus is very precise. It will tell you exact decibels and exact milliseconds. It also offers me a lot of control. Look at this. I have a noise gate and a compressor and a parametric equalizer that I could turn on. And these are things, if you're familiar with audio mixing, which I am not, these are all things that you can do to fine-tune the sound that you are sending. So I was playing with a group and they told me, hey, you know, you're really faint. And I had already turned my gain up. So I went in here and I turned the compressor on and I boosted my signal a little bit. Noise gate, at one point there was a fan or something in my house going on and I wanted to suppress that low level sound. So I used this noise gate to help with that. And you can work with all of these settings to boost bass sounds or boost treble sounds or whatever you want to do. And you have little indicators showing that there's actual sound coming across. And finally, there is this out level down here where I can set reverb, but I'm not interested in reverb, but I can also change this so that I'm sending more or less to my headphones. There is a metronome. There is a recording capability, and you get to specify where you're putting the recording. You can mute all the participants at once or not. And think that is about it. It's very simple but very powerful. Anytime I want to come back up, I can come in here and change my audio settings. And then when I'm done, I disconnect and I'm done.